It's perfect. Couldn't be better.
I'm Brad. This is DIY Wouldn't You? In this video, we're going to take a live edge piece of black walnut, turn it into a coat rack. Stay tuned. This is a piece of 2-inch thick live edge black walnut. You might call it a slab. Speaking of slabs, here at DIY Wouldn't You, we want to inspire and educate. We want to make projects entertaining and encourage you to try something fun, learn something new, and impress yourself and your friends. We want to remind you that just because you haven't done something, it doesn't mean you can't. So keep learning, keep building, keep DIYing. Oh, also, it's January 2022 now, and I just want to show y'all something cool. So for Christmas this past year, my little man, well actually, my oldest son, he wanted to get me something that he knew that I would love for Christmas. And so he got me a tape measure. Now, if anybody has ever gotten a thoughtful gift from your kid, it just makes you melt. So I just wanted to share that. Parents, don't take things like this for granted. This is awesome. Let's get back to the video. It's about 4 feet long. And what I'm going to do is, along this top edge here, I'm going to cut a straight line. And then I'm going to square that up and cut the sides and turn this into a coat rack for my parents. It's a beautiful piece of wood. There's a lot of white grain on the top here. So after I cut it to size, I'm going to run it through the planer and plane it down and get to some of that nice heartwood. It's that nice deep brown black walnut color. That was easy. My dad really likes this cool little joint here. This was actually a crotch joint. There was another piece coming out this way. I'm going to leave a little bit of this and then true our edge up here and then base our straight line off of that. The area this is going in is 39 inches from wall to door casing. 39 and a 16th actually. As thick as this is, I'm probably going to end up needing to do a couple passes on it. I'm going to clamp the straight edge to it so I've got a straight edge to go by. Pass one. Pass two. And hopefully this last one will go all the way through. Beautiful. Oh, baby, that's so nice. Look at that grain in there. That cut made that saw do some work. Let's go ahead and plane this a little bit. We planed this down from a little over 2 inches to about 1.5 inches. We just had to chew up a 1/2 inch of wood, but we got down to some of the darker of the grain. We still left some really cool ripples right here into this crotch joint. And so I'm just going to sand over this, sand this down some, the live edge, and then route this edge and this edge to give it a nice finished out look. And then we'll go put the hooks on here. I'm using a radius router bit. I'm just going to hit this and hit this because they're both going to be sticking out. This is going to go up against the door casing, but you'll have this bare edge, and then this is going to be facing down. So I'm just going to round it and make it look nice and clean. And before I put the router away, I know that nothing is ever square and nothing ever fits up like it should. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to route these edges here, this one that's going against the wall, and this one is going into the door casing because I know that there's going to be caulk and the corner's not going to be square, it's going to be rounded a little bit, so I'll go ahead and knock those edges off and hopefully it'll fit like it should. The last step before we coat this board is to attach our hooks here. So to figure out where the hooks need to go, we've got to figure out the spacing for the hooks, if that makes sense. So the length of our board is 39, it's 39 and a 16th, but we're just going to use 39 because the 16th of an inch is going to be hard to catch. We're going to take 39 and then we're going to divide the number of spaces between the hooks by that 39. Not the amount of hooks, but the amount of spaces, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces that need to be even, which is 6.5 inches. Before we do that, let's figure out the height. Just a square 6 inches looks good from the top down to the top of these brackets. So now we'll mark our 6.5 inches. For these screws, I'm going to be using a 3/32 drill bit, and that kind of seems to be my go-to when I'm pre-drilling for screws. I don't know why, but it just works. There we go. They look pretty much perfectly spaced, nice and straight across the top. You've got room here to hang stuff on the top, room below the bottom of the hooks here. I think it's pretty nice. It better be, because I've already drilled all the holes. So there's one coat, that's looking primo. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, go work on something else, and then come back and do a second coat. That's nice.
What am I?
Oh, I know, a camera on a tripod. Dang it, how'd you guess? There we go. That's screwed in nicely. We hit 3 studs across here. The shape's great. The contrast between the wallpaper and the coat rack is good. So that's pretty much it. If this video was helpful at all, or if you enjoyed watching it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more fun projects that we're working on, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to see you back. If you want to be the first to know when we post another video, hit the notification bell. I'm Brad. This is DIY Woodn't. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Amazing. What a difference.
You know what I love?
Yeah.
What's that?
What else do you love?
I love the smell of that walnut in the evening.
I like it too.
And in the morning and in the noontime.